ahead and cut my bullshit. Not bullshit, but you know, venting and get into a collective read. I'm going to go ahead and clear the energy. Ancestors are my highest good. Please allow me to see into your realm as I allow you to see into mine as we work cohesively together for the highest good of the collective. To give out the best messages as possible, to dream. Dreaming is significant to bring truth, clarity, and awareness to the collective wherever they are in their life on their particular paths. Has anybody been checking on the San Andreas fault line? Just a thought here. Threads of the soul. Let's get one from here. I have already pre-pulled, pre-shuffled in my last live. I'm not going to do it over. Pay attention to the stars. Also, there's something in the sky. It seems like there's a blanket. I don't know how to explain it, right? It seems like it's a blanket over the sky at this time. Like a muffling type of factor. My energy has been good so far, collective, as I am healing from, this is not even an abscess while my face was swollen. This was some shit like, you know, when you get a sinus infection and your nose under here swell up. This swelled up, and because I cracked this tooth over here, witchcraft, it's definitely witchcraft, if you know. The nerve of this, like these lymph nodes, particularly this one, swelled up and it hit the nerve of this particular tooth and air got to it. So when I say my shit was like a golf ball here, okay. Somebody could be from Dayton, Ohio, the wise guide. You could be very wise for your age, okay. Somebody could be hiding out in Dayton, Ohio, Cincinnati as well. Something is about like malarkey here. Something that somebody is talking is a bunch of malarkey. We're going to see the labyrinth. Somebody has sent people on a run, like through a maze with that labyrinth here. Somebody like wild goose chase. There we go. When this person already knew the answer to the inevitable here, something is questionable. People are questioning this person or these people here, okay? Since I already did a pre-pull, pre-shuffle in my last live, we're just going to piggyback off of this and continue the read here, okay? Ancestors of my highest good, of high vibrational light and dark. Those both known and unknown, remembered and yet to be remembered, named and cannot be named, that does not have a name but has an energetic signature. All those of my highest good, multidimensional beings, universal beings, of love and light, high vibrational love, light, and dark as well. Please protect my energy as I channel this collective energy for the benefit of the collective to do what it is that you sought me out to do or chose me to do. Please remove all hexes, curses, spells, witchcraft, low vibrational energies and frequencies, including hovering and monitoring spirits. May they go blind and may they go deaf. Evil eye, hexes, curses, spells, witchcraft, voodoo, hoodoo, santeria, santa muerte, Greek and our variations of such, both known and unknown, named and unnamed, formed and unformed, remembered and yet to be remembered, from both public and private sectors, both known and unknown, to the collective energy as well as mine. I'll show you some what it be, and some it is. Okay. What we got? So we have the shapeshifter. This energy came out, was it earlier or yesterday? And then it tried to hide. So that's what shapeshifting energy does. Somebody or some people are exactly who they need to be, contingent upon who it is, the environment that they're in, the people that they're around, the work field, whatever it is. Like somebody is devoid of individuality here. They are devoid of self here. They are devoid of soul here with that shape-shifting energy. The only thing that this person can do is mimic. I picked up on that energy as well. Mimicking energy. If you know the movie The Mimic, they can look like you, act like you, talk like you, walk like you, but they cannot embody the essence, the soul, the knowledge, the whatever else comes with that of you or a particular person, place, or thing here. The shapeshifter. Are you adapting too much to please others, or is flexibility serving you? Where do you need to stand firm? That's the question. The golden key. Somebody is trying to pretend to be a key holder. This could be a seer. This could be a healer. This could be Akashic records. Somebody that has access to their Akashic records, whatever the case may be. Somebody is pretending to be a key holder to a group of people. Giving me copycat energy, but with the shapeshifter. Shapeshifter and copycat are not the same things, right? Somebody will copy you down to a T, but with the shapeshifter, like with the copycat, somebody is always going to copycat you, whoever you are, how you walk, how you talk, how you dress, how you act, the makeup you wear, the weave or wig you wear, your mannerisms. They're always going to do this no matter who they are around. But with the shapeshifter, this person changes form, who they are, how they act, how they walk, how they talk, what they know, even how they look based off of the environment and or people or group of people that they are around here. Okay. The golden key says, what opportunity? Somebody is an opportunist. So I would also consider an opportunist to be a shapeshifter. Okay. They're going to look at talk like, walk like, whatever it is that they're going to do whatever it is that they need to do, or be whoever it is that they need to be in order to gain a type of opportunity. The opportunity is the golden key here. Okay. I don't know if I showed y'all the shapeshifter card, but that's the question at hand here. Okay. From Threads of the Soul. Sorry, my Threads of the Soul deck. Love it. Very cloaking. Very much so cloaking energy. If given the chance, if left alone here, like let's say this person gets locked up in like a prison or in a panic room, because I picked up on a panic room here, or this could be a panic room. This could be any type of apocalyptic event. This person would not know which way to go, who to be, what to do. They may come off all high and mighty, but that's not their true energy. This person is an opportunistic type of energy. This is not just copycat energy. This is a shapeshifter here. Okay. Even if a person is not very skilled or knowledgeable in a particular area, environment, career, group, subject. This person will pretend to be until they gain enough knowledge in order to fit into that particular dynamic, whatever it may be. The golden key says, what opportunity or insight is just out of reach? Something is out of reach. Somebody needs a key to something, okay? What inner resource can unlock the next step? None. Because this person is devoid. If you are devoid of self or individuality, you don't, your inner self is, your inner self is inner conflict, inner turmoil, okay? Okay? So again, I already pre-pulled on this particular energy. And we're tapping right back into the shit. Okay? Somebody is not skilled at conjuring up spirits here. This could be like a fake psychic here, a fake fortune teller with a crystal ball here. Somebody knows not of this, okay? Somebody is pretending to be such here. They are trying to gain an opportunity, access to a particular opportunity, but this is like with a group of people. This could be a career here. This could even be like a certain level, because I'm getting like, it's not like career here. I'm getting, because I'm trying to tap into the energy. I'm getting like, if you have a natural knack or talent here for, you're very skilled at whatever it is you do. Somebody could be a weaver, okay? And this could be like a weaver of worlds here, a weaver of dreams here. This could be a weaver of manifestations. This could be a weaver of, this could be like a jack of all trades here and a master of all, right? Also, with the jack of all trades, I want to interject this little side note here, sidebar. A jack of all trades, people have made that shit seem so ugly, so heinous here. But a jack of all trades, the reason why a lot of people have that is a true skill and talent. Like, that's a natural ability, right? A jack of all trades doesn't mean that you dive and delve into different areas here and you master none. That just means that you learn different specific areas of expertise here in order to later on down the line bring all these things that you've learned from different areas, different subjects here, different levels, okay, different environments. You bring them all together and then you mesh them together to create a masterpiece. And people don't know this. A lot of musicians have composed symphonic, I don't even know if that's a word, but symphony type of masterpieces that has never been heard by man, but they turn out to be masterpieces based off of key notes and pieces and genres of music that they dive into, that they, you know, kind of get their hands dirty in those particular jobs or those areas here. And then later on, they come and bring all those things that they've learned together to create a one-of-a-kind type of masterpiece here. Somebody could be trying to do that here, or they could be trying to mimic that. Also, somebody could be trying to beat someone to the punch. That's another thing that I'm getting here. Somebody is a key guider. Somebody is a key guider to the lower world with that sun energy. Somebody is a light in the way of those in the flesh. Like this person, the shapeshifter, this will be a person of the flesh. They know, like, even with that whole jack of all trades energy, this could be a person who only knows fleshly desires or fleshly embodiments, whatever it may be. Somebody could have a real bad gambling addiction as well. This could be like somebody knowing different people from all walks of life, right? With the shapeshifter energy. And they get to know these people, and then they talk to these people, they get close with them, and the people tell them what it is that they know. But this person is not the type of person that will, with the shapeshifter energy, I'm gonna tell you about mimicking, okay? The difference between even with a copycat and a shapeshifter, this person can only regurgitate what it is that they know in a particular area or subject or career or certain field here. They can only regurgitate shit. They haven't actually did the work to like really, really, really dive deep into a particular area, subject, environment, culture, anything. This person knows not of that. Somebody definitely could be trying to beat somebody to the punch who has already dived into, got like deep down and dirty into particular areas, subjects, studies, walks of life, cultures, religions, somebody who really has like gone in, right? They have experienced the true person, the authentic person. They have experienced the ins and outs of something, of all things. They have experienced the ups and downs of a particular thing, the you know, not just the good, but just the bad as well, right? And this person has embraced these things, and has allowed them to step away from the world. Somebody could be in hermit mode. Somebody could be a hermit. Somebody could be a Virgo here. Step away from the world now that they have all the key pieces here or puzzle pieces to different areas, and they want to compose their own particular masterpiece. This could be in music. This could be in art. This could be in spirituality. This could be in religion here. This could be in divine, whatever it is, right? Somebody is composing a masterpiece, but somebody, a shapeshifter, wants to beat this person to the punch. So it's like they have followed behind this person's every footstep, every area, every subject, everything that this person has studied, the authentic person has studied here. And why am I showing this card like this? Y'all with the bullshit, ain't y'all? Okay. We're going to keep it to a minimum here. We want to be serious, you know. They're trying to beat this person to the punch, but the only thing that this shapeshifter is doing, they may go and be friends with the same group or people that this authentic person was friends with, and they're not actually studying. They're not actually looking into shit. They're not actually, you know, interested, because that's a big thing. They're not even actually interested in any of these things. They just want to go and meet the people of whoever this authentic person is that's composing this masterpiece. They want to meet the people who this person has met or talked to or worked with or studied with. So, and like get close enough to these people to have these people regurgitate what it is, what their experience was with this authentic person, but they haven't died. They haven't. Somebody could like Maccabee, because why I keep getting like knitting, yarning, somebody sewing something together, but this could be the shapeshifter here trying to piece together what it is, like all these different subjects, all these different areas, all these different career paths, all these different cultures and genres of music. Somebody is trying to meet the people who may know a little bit about the authentic person, so they can tell this shapeshifter everything that they know about this person, what this person was studying, everything. But this person is not really doing the research. They're not really doing the due diligence here. And they're trying to piece together. It's like plagiarism. I'm getting heavy plagiarism. And if this person is trying to plagiarize a masterpiece, something that has spiritual ties to it or the spiritual protection around it, something that's going to be a fucking dust ball effect. Because even if this person, this shapeshifter energy, is able to beat the authentic person to the punch by sewing all this bullshit together, they're going to be required. Okay, this can even be like a prototype of something. They're going to be required by investors, okay, by charitable forgivers here. They're going to be required to recreate what this is. Either using the prototype, explaining it down to the very fucking small, intricate key details, or they're going to be required to recreate this, okay? Recreate this. and somebody can't recreate something. This like not me, but this is like somebody presenting themselves to, y'all know the show Sharks, because I'm picking up on the fucking show Sharks. This is like coming before them, a panel on a stage, and telling people I have this amazing invention. And to the Sharks, they want to invest because it sounds beautiful. Like it seems to them that the person on the stage who is presenting the prototype, and I'm even hearing something about protocol here, okay? Or proto seal. Something here is about aerodynamic chambers as well. But anyways, like presenting this particular prototype to these people, right? And they like, damn, that's a genius idea. We never thought of that. I want to invest. I want to invest. I want to invest, because it's usually like 3 on the panel of Sharks, right? I don't know why they did away with that show, but they need to bring that shit back, because a lot of us have very genius ideas, and we can actually recreate that shit without a fucking prototype. We can actually create the prototype in front of these motherfuckers. But anyways, story for other days. And they want to invest, right? The Sharks want to invest in this person. They like the prototype here. And so they say all in. Everybody say all in. They give them 10s or however it is that they do it. And then off stage, off camera. Because a shapeshifter, they're very staged, okay? They're going to do it for the clout, for the camera, for the fame, for the fortune here. But off camera, these Sharks say, okay, so you know we chose you. You won. You know, you are the winning contestant on this show. And we loved your prototype. So now what we're going to need you to do is recreate the prototype. And we want you to explain it in detail. A shapeshifter is not going to be able to explain it in detail. Even a copycat would know that even a copycat would really kind of even dive into the person that they're copying. They would dive into a particular area or subject here. A shapeshifter would not. They would not. Because they can only mimic, they can only regurgitate what it is they've been told, what it is that they have observed, what it is that they have heard, but they will never do themselves the due diligence of doing the actual work, looking into shit, so they don't look like a fucking fraud here, okay? Something here is real fraudulent with some type of investors, okay? So the Sharks like, we're going to give you until such and such deadline, such and such day, to recreate, not just recreate the prototype, but we need to know the key details of the components of how this shit works, down to the very intricate details. And not only that, we're going to give you the money, the funding, the investments, everything, and even the connections here that would allow you to patent this particular prototype here. Somebody can't do it. Somebody is only a shapeshifter or a mimicker. They can't do it. You can't mimic a divine essence or energy or soul or skill set or talent. You can't mimic that shit. No matter how much you look into some shit. And again, you know, I know it sounds weird, collective, but I'm going to give copycats, I'm going to give them a little hats down in this situation, because even copycats have enough sense, even though they stupid, to be copycatting somebody else instead of to be their authentic self and find their own little niche, whatever you want to call it. They would look deep into the details. A copycat needs to know the details. A shapeshifter, a mimicker, they don't give a fuck about none of that. They give a fuck about the appearance. They give a fuck about like the big components of something. Something is about components, and somebody don't know what it is. Again, sewing, macrabee, or whatever the fuck you want to call that shit. Okay, I'm doing a lot of cursing, but you know, collective, bear with me. You know, it's been a very beautiful day here, and you know, on my last live, I was just very emotional. So, can't lie, I miss my son. Okay, so there's something about the lower world here, fleshly desires here, something about the 3D, the 4D, the physical realm here, the physical form of something with this lower world here, and then this sun here, something being the physical form of light. Okay, the physical form of light. And then the hunter, somebody is trying to hunt down the physical form of light, or somebody is trying to hunt down someone, a scientist, a physicist, somebody that is very, very, very good at somebody could be a marine biologist as well, somebody who is close to or has been able to recreate sunlight in a bottle, like real sunlight in a bottle. Like, I don't know if anybody watches the scientists and the bullshit that they be doing, but you know them motherfuckers have recreated, they have captured the essence of stars and being able to recreate lightning and stars and fucking energy and no, seriously, like lightning in a fucking bottle. They have been able to like capture lightning in a bottle, bro. Like, I like science. What you gonna do with me, bro? And somebody is trying to hunt down somebody that is very skilled, that flows through that particular subject here, a particular physicist here. I know I'm not picking up on this weird ass mad scientist nigga again, bro. There's a mad scientist that live in Alaska, bro. I can't not stand his energy. I'll be so sick of him. And somebody is spiraling out of control because they can't find somebody that can recreate something. Somebody can't find somebody that can. Somebody is hunting down somebody that can like capture or recreate the sun. I don't know how else to explain it. Like, and somebody is spiraling out of control here. Okay, the spiral can also be a cycle, but I have a completion card in this deck. So the spiral is somebody, something being out of control here. This could be like an experiment, somebody trying to like locating a very low level or a very new or intern type of physicist here. Somebody could be an intern in metaphysics here, an intern in no, it's not quantum. It's something else. An intern in, I keep hearing shit about marine biology. Okay. There's something here about salt, something here about sulfur here, but the salt that comes from you know, sea life, the plant sea life here. Photosynthesis here, okay? With the sun energy, it's like photosynthesis here. What the fuck is phytosil? Phytosil. Or phyto, no, phytosil. There's no mistaking what I'm hearing. Phytosil, okay? This is like plants have their own melanin, so to speak. That's why they're green. That's a form of melanin. But their melanin, the molecular makeup or structure of a plant, a plant or a flower is different from the melanin that you find in skin. Although they have very similar structures here, there is a difference from what makes the melanin in human skin, black, brown, white, whatever the case may be, and plant cells being green here. So something is about photosynthesis here with the sunlight here, okay? Photosynthesis and melanin is nothing other than recreation of sunlight. Okay, it's a recreation. It's like in me, how I look, right? My skin tone, my pigment, my everything. This is sunlight in a bottle. If you want to think of it, sunlight being captured in a physical form or in a vessel here. Okay, and the darker you are, the more sunlight or photosynthesis you have captured, but it wouldn't be called photosynthesis in a human. It would be called that in a plant. So something is very significant about derivatives of plants and photosynthesis here. Okay. And I keep hearing phytocell. Aerodynamics and phytocell is very significant here. Something about how something flows. And this could even be like with the spiral. There's something is out of control. An experiment is out of control. So I'm gonna say this. And this is not the best example. This is the off the top of my head, collective, but it's like Finding a subject, a pure subject, pure energy, right? This could be a human, this could be a plant. This could be a very ancient plant. This could be a plant that, because I'm getting heavy plant shit. This could be a plant that is not known to man. This could be a plant that is almost extinct. This could be a plant that is very exotic, right? And this plant has the equivalent to sunlight within its photosynthesis, or it has photosynthesized sunlight to the best of a plant's ability, right? Higher than any human here, higher than any other species of plant that somebody knows, or somebody could be an herbologist here. Anyways, but the problem comes in when I try to extract from this exotic plant. I know not of it. I know nothing of it. I know a species like it here. This could be a very rare species of plant here, found in a very, like remote location or something like that. And when I try to extract what I consider to be the photosynthesized equivalent to sun in a bottle here, or sun in a plant, or sun in any type of contained or controlled environment here by way of a plant. Whenever I try to extract it, the moment that I try to extract it from that plant, it loses its equivalency. It loses its raw nature. It loses its sunlight. That's the best way I know how to say it. Like, you can extract chlorophyll from a plant, right? You can put it in a human body, right? And chlorophyll will be the equivalent. If I put it in my body, take it, consume it, drink it, whatever, it will be the equivalent of consuming the whole plant, or the sunlight that has photosynthesized itself within the plant. And it then therefore converts itself into melanin within me. It converts itself. So I still have retained the whole purity, the essence, the origin, the everything of the sunlight. Okay. But the moment somebody tries to extract whatever this sunlight in a contained or controlled environment, the moment they try to extract it, it is diluted. There you go. It's diluted. Not only is it diluted, but it dissipates, like almost, if not immediately, because somebody could have been working on this for quite some time here. It's like the equivalency, or the to even consider it sunlight in a controlled environment, container, whatever this is. To consider it, it has to have a certain amount of it has to have a certain amount of protons, electrons, neutrons in every compound that it is composed of, right? And it's like the moment that I extract it, these compounds, these molecular compounds of the photosynthesized sunlight, they begin to break down and dilute, almost dissipate, right? Something is spiraling out of control. I don't know how else to say this shit, bro. Sometimes I just don't, it's very frustrating for a person like me. It's very frustrating for a person like me to try and put this in words. I know a lot of y'all are interested, and you would be, and you understand me, or you follow me to a certain point here, but it's very frustrating for me because I don't have human words. I don't have actual words to express or explain what it is, but I have images. I have visions. I have every key component, detail, every intricate detail, everything, even down to the molecular compound structures. I have it in my mind as a picture, but I don't have words for it, bro. And then I can't vocalize it. And it is frustrating for me sometimes. But for those of you that are interested and that are following me, and you like, cool, just keep going. This is something from the upper realm. This this would be like the ethereal sunlight essence made manifest into the physical realm by way of some type of plant derivative. But somebody has not did all the actual studies, like because this particular plant, very rare, very exotic, very much so in a remote location, very unknown to human or mankind here. There's nothing on it. There's no details on it. And if there are details on it, it's very, very, very slim here. And even this person, the shapeshifter here, even the details that are available to this person, from whoever gave them the information, they can't even fucking dissect the information that they have been given. They can't even fucking they can't even interpret because there is something not known to this shapeshifter because they haven't did themselves the due diligence of looking into every background. However, this particular plant, we can say that this is a gift from the divine, this particular plant in this place. This is a gift to the authentic person that has done the research, that has actually, they don't know of this plant, but they would know what to do with it, right? They would know what to do with it. This plant will be a gift to that person, by way of this person has done the studies. They have done the background checks. They have done everything that they needed to do in order to, when they come into or encounter this particular plant, this species of plant that's not known to man, they don't have the details, but based off of the divine guidance and intelligence of other shit, they know exactly what it is to do to it in order to extract the composed sunlight. Okay, this is not just photosynthesis. This is bigger than photosynthesis, but people, I can only equate or give the word photosynthesis because that would be the best descriptable equivalent to what it is that I'm expressing here. But this is not photosynthesis. This is something bigger, higher, grander. This is something more potent, okay? And we're talking about sunlight, okay? Found in a plant. And a plant has photosynthesized this sunlight in such a high rate of potency, man does not know or have details or instructions on how to extract it without polluting, losing the value of, because there's something here about potency values here, okay? To keep the, just something here about grains as well. But the divine being, the authentic person, they would know what to do with this plant. Nobody else does. But this plant is a gift to a divine being by way of them extracting what it is, knowing what to do with it, and not only that, being able to recreate the photosynthesized high potency level of the sun. I don't really know like my baby, he broke my fucking phone. 12:21 a.m. And then it's fucking talk back, text to speech, bro. Navigate up. This I accidentally text and called somebody earlier, and I was like, ew, like I didn't mean to call or text you. I thought you was somebody else. Like, anyways. And there's something here about rainwater. Okay, there's something here about rainwater. That's very significant. I'm not going to give out, in case the shapeshifter is watching me or comes across this video, I'm not going to give out what it is that they need to do. There's a process here. And it is a very, very, very delicate process here. One wrong move, one wrong step, too much, too little here. It will completely disintegrate the potency of this sun within this plant life, right? But this plant is like a gift, and this is how the divine works. They work in many mysterious ways, right? And so does the Most High God source, right? They have gifted this person a plant, but they put it in a place where only this person, the authentic person, will be able to gain access to. But after they did, no shortcuts, no nothing. After they allowed themselves to go through all these trials and tribulations, all these subjects, all these everything. Somebody is a marine biologist, okay? Somebody is a plant herbologist here and a marine biologist. Somebody has studied all that type of shit here. Somebody is very skilled at molecular. They talking my motherfucking language, nigga. Like, anyways, like that shit, that shit make it tickles my brain, and then it makes the rest of me pop, you know. Somebody could be a big fan of Terrence Howard as well. And if y'all don't know anything about Terrence Howard, he's not just the whoop that trick. He's not just Lucius Lyon or whatever the fuck y'all know him as. That man is on my level. Here, he be talking my language. He be talking my fucking language, and that shit is so fucking sexy. Even if a person don't know about molecular compounds or anyways, even if they don't know about that, my husband, my divine counterpart / husband, will be a huge supporter, or they would come with or be able to provide the resources of what it is that I need to continue that shit. Like, I would be sexy to them. Like, baby, like, what you want to do? Like, oh my God. Like, I just found a new way to Kama Sutra down to the cellular level. You want to get freaky on a cellular level? Huh? Anyways. Little side note, collective, little side note. But anyways, this authentic person, they have been chosen by the divine to be gifted this particular plant. Okay? They have. And if you don't know, plenty of marine life. This could be a sea plant here. Okay? It could be very similar to kelp, sea kelp here. Similar. Little bit. Okay? It can have properties of a sea kelp, but also properties of like an exotic like purple. And I don't have my laptop here. It's not charged. Oh my God, I gotta do better. Purple, it's like a daisy. You know, daisies are yellow, but this will be the purple equivalent to daisies here. But with that being purple, it's not like lavender, but with it being purple, it would have different properties because of its color. You see, photosynthesis plays a huge role in the color of things. So when people say color doesn't matter, it definitely does. That's a lie. A lot of people are allergic to red dye number 4 and 40, as well as yellow dye. You know, and I don't know all those. I don't. Person has been chosen, some handpicked by the divine to be gifted this particular plant species or flower species here that has the potency of sun in a contained environment or compound here. I don't know how to say it. And they would know how to extract it, and they would know to be delicate with it. You don't try to hurry up and do some shit. The shapeshifter, this is why something is out of control. An experiment or an extraction is out of control of this plant species. And I feel like the reason why I'm giving out this message is because somebody within this sharks group that chose this person, the shapeshifter, with this fake protocol, a protocol that they produced, or that they introduced, or whatever the case may be, they produced to investors or sharks here. Somebody in that sharks group was going to go with this authentic person, but then this person, the shapeshifter, they were able to finagle and maneuver their way through life and around certain opportunities. They maybe knew somebody that knew one of the sharks or some shit like that, to get themselves in front of these investors here and produce or exhibit or put on display what it is that they had already stolen, mimicked from the authentic person's design here. Okay? And this shapeshifter, they cannot recreate it. Something is out of control. Okay. Something is being diluted, polluted. And even if the shapeshifter were doing it or extracting whatever this is the right way, there's something here about liquid, formulated liquid here, blue. What's a sando species here? Let me shut the fuck up. Okay. Just in case the shapeshifter is watching here. Sando species that has similar sea kelp properties, or properties, but it's not, because also this plant this plant somebody thought it was a dry land plant because they found it on dry land or in very like green land here, very green, lush land. But somebody is not aware that that green, lush land was once under seawater here. That's another discrepancy as well. Okay. Somebody should know that. They don't know that. The shapeshifter, they don't know that. Okay. Because the sea kelp, it would only, as far as I know, in my inner and over and understanding here, sea kelp would only survive or be able to be sustained within sea water, sea salt water, or something similar. Okay. Somebody is not aware that there is actually underneath this greenery where they found this plant species, underneath it, there's seawater. There's an underneath sea here. A lot of people don't be knowing that there's underneath seas, lakes, and embodiments of water and shit. A lot of people don't be knowing that shit, and they are very dense here. The structure of these particular bodies of water are very ancient here. They don't allow for the water to seep above or to seep above sediment here. Their density is very different from the sediment. That would mean that this water's density would have to be less than the density of the sediment in order for it to sink. No, it would have to be. No, yeah, the density of this particular seawater that's held underground that has been keeping this plant species alive, its density is less than the density of the sediment, which allows and makes the seawater stay underground, underneath the sediment here. So nobody would even fucking know this unless you go digging, because anybody with the right fucking tools, the right knowledge, the right connection to the Most High God source and the divine, they would know that you don't just find a plant species that is very rare, exotic, never heard of, and you just fucking pluck that shit out the ground. No, you go digging all around everywhere except for where that fucking plant is, so you can examine and test the soil, the ground, if there's any groundwater here, any salt contents, sulfur contents, carbon contents, all different kind of components. Like you have to do, you dig around. You don't just go straight for the fucking unknown species of plant or wildlife or whatever the case may be. You don't just go for that shit. You dig around, you check the environment here, the air content, the humidity, the trees, how old the trees are. Like, people don't fucking know this shit, but if they were a divine being or an authentic person, and the divine has gifted this person with the talent of being an herbologist, a marine biologist, anything, they would fucking know. Okay, somebody could even have like a minor in archaeology here, as well as like fossilites. I don't know, I'm hearing that as well. Somebody knows how to test sediments and shit, and they know not to disturb the ground around the particular area of study or subject. You go around it like far widespread here before you come into close proximity to the particular whatever it is, right? And dig it up, but you are very delicate with it. Somebody done pluck this motherfucking rare flower plant species the fuck up and try to extract it. That's one of this person's problem here. That's this shapeshifter's problem here. Okay, this plant was gifted by the upper world to the authentic person, but this is the fucking kicker. This is how the divine works. Somebody on this sharks team, investors team here, that is waiting for this person to produce results here that keep on spiraling out of control. Somebody is losing it. And I'm talking about losing the extraction, the potency of the extraction here. Somebody don't, it's either all the way diluted here, or it's like once this particular, that once they extract it from the plant, this species here, the makeup, once it hits the air or once it hits certain exterior forces, whatever it may be, it changes the molecular structure of the extraction. So it's not even the same. It's not even the same potency. It doesn't even have a potency now. Now it's just like has the potency of a regular fucking high value plant or something, right? But this is a rare species here. A divine being, an authentic person. There's somebody that's an investor that was going to go with this person at first. But this shapeshifter, okay, they know somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody, or they got money or whatever the case is. They were able to beat this authentic person to the punch of these panel of fucking investors here and present whatever this rare plant is, this species, or the protocol of some type of herbal medicine. I'm talking about groundbreaking shit that fucking cure shit that motherfuckers thought were was uncurable. I'm hearing Hodgkin's disease, and I don't know much about that, about a lot of diseases. I really don't, but I'm hearing shit like stuff like that, like even being able to counteract stuff like Hodgkin's disease if it's detected within the fetus while it's in the fucking womb here. We're talking about being able okay, the beloved. See that rose or plant, like it's like a heart-shaped plant? This is something from the Egyptian times here as well. Somebody could have found this in like a very lush, remote type of land in France, okay? Mind y'all, I've been saying that I've been picking up on hella French. Hella French. Parlez-vous français, okay? Je m'appelle Vache, okay? Vache no parlez-vous français, I just know, okay? This could even be in different parts or remote parts of Africa as well here. This could be like a desert flower as well. But mind you, in many, many, many deserts around the world, they are finding fossilized or remainder of fossilized seas, oceans, lakes, rivers. We know not of Tiamat. Ashe to Tiamat. And there's wisdom here, okay? Somebody has been passed down the knowledge to handle this. But there's a shapeshifter that don't want this shit. A shapeshifter, they don't want the moon energy, okay? There's a shapeshifter that does not want this. Okay. I'm going to clarify the moon and then many paths, okay? With that moon and many paths, whomever this shapeshifter is, they are not aware that this authentic divine being or talented, skilled person that was given this ability from the Most High God source for this particular plant. It's like not knowing that you have a purpose here, or not being able to create a medicine and then being handpicked and a plant nobody knows of being handpicked particularly for you, and now your whole entire life, all your studies, everything makes sense here, okay? There's also something here about precipitation. God help me. Please be able, Most High God source. Sorry, ancestors, spirit guides. I'm going to have to go above y'all. Most High God source. Please give me the firsthand knowledge, not just the visions, the words, the vernacular, vocabulary to be able to explain what this is without allowing this shapeshifter, should they come across my channel or this message here, to steal the message. There's many paths. There's some here about precipitation, rainwater, precipitation, seawater here. There's some here about delicacies here. Yep. When I say the divine, the giveaway, they handpicked this genuine, authentic, divine person here. And somebody don't want to see it. The vision quest. Somebody on this investment panel, they were working firsthand with the shapeshifter. They are very much so aware. So I'm gonna tell you this, the ancient ones are here. Okay, somebody better wash their ass right now, because this will be a blessing and a healing, not just an herbal remedy. This will be like a healing, like a big, you know, one giant step for man, one short step for man, a giant step for mankind type of stuff. This will be the equivalent to a plant that is found. This will be like not just a herbal remedy. This will be a healing medicine. Okay. But somebody on this panel is invested with big pharma here. They don't want the healing factor. They want what is going to keep people continuously coming back and feeding money into big pharma. Okay. So they are in cahoots or in bed with this shapeshifter here. Oh, there's also, yeah, they could have found this in an enchanted forest. I'm telling you what I love. And just a thought, okay? You are not divine. You enter into an enchanted forest. That enchanted forest becomes it turns against you. It's no longer enchanted to a person that has not ascended, healed, evolved, grew. So anything in that forest is going to be tainted for that person. There's something here about a sacred ceremony that has to be performed. When I say sacred ceremonies, I'm talking about the extraction of it. And this plant is very ancient here. There's no records, no recollection, nothing on this plant. Okay? And it has so much power here. This could be known as a fire. This is a, so y'all know how one thing I loved about living in California was that they took us on many camping trips, hiking trips, bird watching trips and shit like that. And one thing that they took us to when I was in middle school, I suffered from a wildfire. Entire forest was scorched, right? But these particular trees, they thrive off of that fire, that wildfire. It doesn't kill them. I thought they were dead. I was like, oh my God. The trees, like, oh my God. And the guide here, she was like, no, they're not dead. They're actually, the fire helps them to thrive. It helps them to go through a regeneration process, and they come out more blooming and beautiful than ever. And since then, child, I love nature. It's such a beautiful and are there any more messages? I think it's going to be it, collective. Because if this shapeshifter comes across my message or they're watching me, the divine, okay, they don't want me to divulge too much information with the rattle and pocket mama. Like, give them as little or as little information as possible here. Okay, I'll show you Tupac mama. Magic here. I don't know what it is that this plant could be considered magic here. And it was given to the person. I cannot make it up, bro. The heart of the sky and medicine wheel with the Andean cross here. So this is like a real ancient plant or species of, dang, like this shit gonna be groundbreaking. Somebody may do well with mixing this, the plant extraction if they are able to contain it, mixing it with a with like a rainforest spider's venom. And that's all I'm gonna say. So yeah, collective, I'm gonna go ahead and end that right there. I love y'all, and I will see you guys on the next one. Peace.